Mhm. Hi, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome my special guest, Mark, the Spirit Whisperer. Hi, Mark.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jean.
So nice to have you here today. I'm so excited. I love our time together, and I love the education that you share with all of us.
I love coming here. I really enjoy you and your energy and your family of viewers.
Yes, absolutely. And I really enjoy talking about the spirit, the what we call nature spirits.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I find it absolutely fascinating. And there's just not enough to for me to learn. There's
yeah,
not enough. I feel like I can't get enough of it. I feel like there's more and more information that I just want to uncover. And even if I've heard it before,
yeah.
I'm in a different place to receive the information in a little bit different manner.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, and
I
I do
really,
think a spotlight is kind of being shown, thank God. And they are coming into the awareness more in general. So, people would be more curious about them, or at least stopping to look or something like that, whereas they may never thought about it before because they're all well, for one thing, the veil's lifting, so it's easier to interact with them and sense their energy. I think that's true. But also, all of creation is seeking to make this transition with the earth successful, and bring more love and light to this part of the universe. So they're all working that way. And it's kind of like, what is it? Now or never kind of a thing. We're we're on it to the end kind of thing. It's what I feel. The animals too, like everybody, not just
wow.
people, but all of life.
Yeah, I've been really drawn to connect with them, and I've always been drawn to the fairy kingdom and fairies, and outside of my home and making fairy houses, and just putting little sticks together, little hills together, just something to honor them and to invite them in and to let them know that they're welcome. But it is about the energies as well, that they're coming, that all of the energies are raising. It's almost like not stirred up, but something is more palpable in
hmm
in the universe, and or even on this earth plane, and
hmm
the energies are being um, just a little more apparent. Maybe this is why I'm being drawn to this right now.
Yep, I agree with all that you just said, and it is. It's like a more fullness, or you don't have to try as hard to interact or sense or feel the energy. It's like it's much more in your face kind of thing, in a good way. And you know the fairies. Look, my cats are going crazy today. Two of my cats have got the spring fever, I guess, or a little bit of the leprechaun in them, because they have been running around the house all day today. Anyway, they've kind of got the dogs to go in the other room because they've been in this room being crazy cats. So anyway, I forgot what I was saying. But the like the fairies, I call them fairies, um, love to work in your yard, in your garden, with your flower box. Like if you were to grow a tomato plant or some herbs, if you call in the nature spirits, I tend to just, especially with the plants, I tend to call those fairies that work with like blossoms and produce and stuff. But whatever comes to you, and they will come in and work with you. It's the same thing. Uh, and you also communicate with the plant, not only the nature spirit that goes with it, but the plant itself, and it will really respond. We've heard that forever, but it's the truth. When you talk to your plants, They respond positively. Same thing. It's what I tell people all the time. Just talk to your animals like they know what you're saying.
So
Because
when
they
I
do. They
was
know the energy behind what you're saying. Mhm.
when I was 12 years old, I did this thing called Silva Mind Control, and this was a way for you to use your mind and to enter different types of uh, dimensions, I guess. And they had us enter a copper it's like a cylinder, and they had us enter a live plant. Like, enter your mind and go in and feel it and swing
Cool.
around it and feel. And so what I feel as though this helped me and enabled me when I was doing Reiki. One of our exercises was to go outside and speak to the trees, and he said, no matter what your mind is telling you, this is the tree telling you this. Like, if you say, tree, how long have you been here? The first thing that you hear is the tree talking back to you. And they say that the trees are the ones that will teach us telepathy. They are here to communicate to the higher realms the information that is on this earth plane. Have you found that in your experience, Mark?
Well, I've always tried to tell people too, like when they're trying to communicate with anything, spirit or a tree or an animal, that usually it's the first thing that comes through. That's the one you want to pay closest, because then you start doubting it and then you start getting all in there and messing it up. But usually it'll come right away. And so don't ignore that first thing that comes in. And I agree with that. And I think that's a great exercise to practice with. And you can do that with you can do it with the crystal,
Oh, that's right.
with the stone. Oh, hold on. I think hold on 1 second.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
I'll try and mute you.
Oh, I had the back door closed.
Do you need me to mute you?
Yeah, for 1 second.
So, hi, I just want to say hi. Hey, Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Ruth is here. So nice to see you. Thanks for coming back. Aw. And T Barb is here, and Miss Mims is here, and Cindy Gustad. I see that you are missing your two sons. If you would let us know if you'd like a reading, are they on the other side? And if they are, if you want to give us their names, um, and somewhere like how long ago that they passed, that would be lovely. We'd be able to help you out there. I see that you're reaching out. And Akila, I see your message, and here I'll unmute you there. And Gypsy JJ, I see your message. Hi, everybody. I just want to say hello to Denise Hammond, Wiki, and Karen, and Teresa, T Barb, Viviani. Everybody's here. The whole gang is here, and they're all loving the fairies. And um, Gypsy JJ says, I have a fairy wish too. I know they're here. I want to see them.
Yes. Yep, and that's possible. It's even more possible, I feel like, and Pan tells me now than ever, because the veil is lifting. I've said that 1,000 times. I feel like it's just on repeat. But it is. And that doesn't just mean visual lift. It means your sensor, you sense, you hear, all of that's becoming more available to all of us. And, he's talked to me about that this energy, and one way to look at it is bringing all truth to the surface to be seen by everyone. And that includes everything like, Loch Ness, Bigfoot, fairies, elves, like being brought more to the forefront. So they're more available. They're there all the time, but we'll become more aware of it, because another way of looking at this too is that our consciousness is raising when you think about this change. And then as our consciousness raises, those things become revealed, shown to you. And that's what's happening on a group level, I think, unless you're willfully refusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's optional to all of us. And
Right.
that's really amazing. and it's almost like we get a feeling. We feel as though we're being called to do something. We feel as though there's something that is that something else we should be doing. It almost feels like um, it's a subtle kind of feeling. It's a subtle feeling for sure. But Cindy, I see. Okay.
There's kind of an anticipatory feeling too. Like for me, it's like I kind of always like something's coming, or it's it, it, there's like an active, like I can feel it kind of a thing. I don't know. It's odd to describe, but there's this sense that's different. I feel different already. You know, I don't know why or how or what, but there's this sense of differentness happening.
I, I think it has a little bit to do with the astrological energies. I mean, it's very powerful and it affects the earth plane in a dramatic sense, I would say. And yeah, I think it's just the natural evolution of humanity as well, and
Right.
Gaia. I think humanity is a byproduct of Gaia. So I think Gaia is the one who's ascending. I think Gaia is the one who is going through these changes and the unveiling. And because humanity is part of Gaia, we are Gaia. We are not on Gaia. We are Gaia. We are wall one. We are without nutrients and food from the earth, we would not survive. So we are part of it. It's just
Well, we
it
couldn't be in physical form without it.
exactly.
This
Very good. Thank you for correcting me. And that is
That's
exactly
why we
right.
come here, is because you can experience physical form and do fit. You know, it's a whole big school kind of. But you know, I always think of it as, because to me, Gaia is source, but it's the physicalized version of it. So it's source alive, earthy, and all that. So you know, even when you think about male and female, which I believe is just one, but it's like the unphysical source becoming physicalized, and in that connection we're born. All these life, everything that's live and around is created out of that merging. And then I just think, you know, the way he penned, you know, what I know, but this is just what I hear and receive. But that what I call source or God energy, which, remember, when I say that, I include Mother Earth, because that is a reflection. It's the same. It's like two sides of the same coin. Um, that it's being, this sounds weird, but almost like impregnated with an additional amount of energy to birth forth more creation, which reflects more of who we truly are into the world. So then our manifestations, our creations, our thoughts, our inspirations are all elevated. Like Mother Earth's consciousness rises, and so does ours, if that makes any kind of sense. But
Wow.
that also means you have to let go of that stuff that no longer serves. So that's why we also see letting go, people leaving, stuff like that, because it almost feels like you have, as we move forward, we have to sort of have on that same page, kind of. It's like a single force. I don't know. Now I'm getting too
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
convoluted. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And we'll see what the fairies and the earth spirits have to share with us. And we have a couple of questions here, and I think it's time to go ahead and get started. Let's see who I have. I have Akila B. Hi, Akila. Thanks for being here. And she would like a message from Spirit. So let me just.
Like Lark saying, yes, yes, something is coming. I do feel that as well. Like sort of like
Mhm.
waiting for the other shoe to drop or something. It's a little bit like something's not quite finished or something like that. Anyway. Okay, Keela, hi.
So, Akila, what I'm hearing for you is to allow um, your spiritual journey to unfold. Um, it is uh, it is helpful to obtain and collect information, and it will take divine timing to have it culminate and to produce an outcome for you. But they're saying that you're on the right journey, you're on the right path, and you're doing the right things, and you're you know, really just it feels as though you can't get enough of spiritual information. It feels like you're really opened up, and your awareness is just expanding. So this is very good, very favorable for you. And they're just letting you know that it will be divine timing when things start to turn around for you. And it's almost like it'll all come together. It's almost like there's going to be an aha moment for you. Like, now that all makes sense. It's almost like, um, I can't even think of an analogy. But it will almost like you are receiving information from different sources, and it all resonates with you, but it's all going to make sense to you in the future, in the near future. So keep doing what you're doing. What'd
Yeah.
you get, Mark?
Well, I hear a lot of like what you're saying, pretty much along those same lines. I'm going to say that. But I did pull some cards, and I'm listening to what they're telling me about that. So this card is a lot like what Jean was saying and what I see Akila commenting on. Love this. Fullness, give thanks. But see this kitty cat's head all like just rubbling up into the blossoms? It's like your head absorbing spiritual energy and awareness and just can't get enough of it. And like, oh boy, this is what I think I was looking for, kind of a thing. And ooh, it feels so good and it's so fulfilling. That fullness, it makes me more full. I know that when I stopped and said, I have to have something more, my life's okay, but there's something missing. And then I really started to pursue that spiritual connection, not religious, just spiritual connection, because I'd already been raised religious and that didn't do it. That's the way I felt afterwards. Aha. Oh, this is what I was craving. This is what I was missing. My head all snuck up there. So anyway, and it's always great to be grateful because you're right where you need to be and you're doing what you're supposed to do. So there's that. Now, we're getting close to spring, and I've been hearing this in general for everybody, but for you specifically too, you're going to be asked to take a little action. We're all going to be probably presented with opportunities to take some action of some sort. And it all be depending on you and where you are and what it is. But when it comes your way, comes a knocking, Akila, take a chance, go for it. Don't say, oh, I'm not ready, I need to do more. No, they want you to go ahead and jump in. Be who you are, trust in what you've learned, stand your ground, feel yourself. It's you moving forward. And the universe is going to send you an opportunity to move forward in this way, using what you've learned and being able to apply it in some way. And, that's all different ways. And you'll figure it out as you'll see. But what I'm hearing is that there's an opportunity coming. And here's our last card. Trust, take the leap, and look at that. I can do it. Knocking the T off into the water and saying, I can do it. So opportunity of some sort coming. It'll be a fun, new, expansive opportunity. Doing something you like. It might seem like too good to be true or weird or something, but go for it. And that's soon. That's coming.
Yep.
Soon.
Yep. Very good. Very good. Thank you for your question, Akila. Hi, everybody. I see Levita is here. I see Cupid Soul is here. Levi is here. Just want to say hi to everybody. Serena is here. Who else? Karen is here. Kelly is here. And Starfish is here. Hi, Starfish. I see everybody here. Thank you very much, everybody, for posting your questions. We're going to do the best that we can. And okay, so let's go with Jessica Lynn would like a message from her spirit team. So Jessica Lynn, just say hi and let us know you're still here. And let's see what we can do.
Yeah, there's a lot of new people for me today here. I love it. How you guys who've never seen me before, or I haven't seen you, come visit me on my channel if you're bored.
Yes, everybody, Mark's channel is Spirit Whisperer. And I believe that Viviani is posting his YouTube page in her YouTube channel.
Because she's so good at that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Viviani.
Yes, and please show Mark some love and go over and subscribe. If anybody would,
she's
oh,
here.
she says, okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Message from her spirit team. Jessica.
Jessica, I'm seeing you merging with some natural, I don't know, how am I going to say this? First, I thought I saw a dog and then it morphed into a deer. And I see you, I'm not sure, are you doing a lot of outdoor exploring and walking and meeting different animals? Or are you walking your dog? I'm not sure. It's a little bit difficult for me to pick up on you, Jessica. So if you can just ask your spirit guides to allow me to connect with you, that'd be great.
You're right, Willow. I am more rested and more kind of in my body than I was the other day. Jessica.
So I'm picking up a very quiet energy around you, Jessica. I'm not sure if you have some alone time where you do some contemplating when you're tending to something. I'm not sure if you're decorating or if you're cooking or if you're planting. You have some sort of a productive, creative thing that you're doing with your hands, and it seems like there's a quiet atmosphere and that you're introspective. But it's a little difficult for me to connect with your energy today. How about you, Mark? What are you getting?
Well, what I'm hearing mostly is, I was looking to your spirit team. Boy, my little cat, Meriwether, she's gone across the screen at least 8 times. And she's never been on camera once. Okay. I feel like there's opportunities around when spirit wants you to be to share your light, to share your thoughts, your ideas, your spiritual awareness. It's like they want you to kind of speak up when appropriate. Like occasionally there might be a friend who's having a hard time or something, and you might be able to offer some kind of guidance that's based in love and like that. Because I just see, I get 2 cards in a row, and what I'm hearing, wisdom, let your light shine. So this is you've been studying, learning, figuring stuff out. So share it. Don't just keep it in. Not saying that you are, but they're encouraging you to share more. There may be more opportunities coming, and that means when we reach our hand out and help another one into the boat. Sometimes they just need one little help in sometimes, and we're able to do that by sharing some words or things. Because after that, I also get truth. Let it show. So again, being the one who heralds the truth, who shares the truth with others. Now, that might sound like a big old ask, but they're saying, but just allow that to be and come easily and effortlessly. Just go with the flow. And when it comes in, trust that you can share your perspective along with other perspectives. And they also want you to take a little more time to meditate, even if it's for like 5 minutes, just to, and what I'm hearing is just in that sense of, sensing that cord of light from source to source that goes through you. It's like a connecting, almost like an umbilical cord that goes from goddess to God, and it goes right through you. It creates you. So even if you just focused on that energy, cord, light, ray, column, whatever you want to call it, just for a couple of minutes, I'm connected. I am one with all, then you move forward. And also, the universe goes, oh, look, that person's connected one with all. We're going to send them this opportunity to share that light with others. Okay.
Interesting. Beautiful, Mark. And Jessica says, thanks, Mark. That resonates.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Very nice. All right. So we have Cindy here, Gustad, and she says that two of her sons have passed. She said her youngest passed 15 years ago, and her oldest passed just a few days later after that. And it was both of them. So Jake was the youngest, and Marcus was the oldest. So let's see if we can get a message for Cindy. And I think that in my experience, when we have two people that would like to come forward, usually the little more outgoing one would step forward and speak for both of them. But that's not always the case. So let's see what we.
I know. As soon as I figure out there's a rule, then it isn't the next time.
It's just in my experience, it's not always a rule.
No, I know, but that's what I'm trying to say is like, I'll go, oh, usually this happened. And then as soon as I say that, oh, well, it didn't happen this time. So I don't. No, but there are certain things that occur over and over, I feel, too,
Mm-hmm.
And I had that same experience you had that you just said. So
Cindy,
Marcus and Jake.
Mm-hmm. Jake is the younger one. Marcus is the older one. And just say
here,
hi, Cindy, to let us know you're still here. So what I'm hearing right away is that they were soulmates, and that they have been in lifetimes together, and that they made a pact in this lifetime. They were not consciously aware of this. It's their souls. It was something that their souls decided on before they incarnated into this world. it feels very reassuring for me. It feels like I've got your back, and I will be there for you wherever you go. I feel as though they both came into this world and into the same family, and they are still the same family, and obviously on the other side. I know this might be a little bit out of the your what you were expecting. I just wanted to share sort of that they are connected, that they are very strongly connected, and they are protecting each other. They are uh, loyal to one another, and that it's a benefit to both of them to both be here in this world and then both be not here in this world. It's sort of better for both of them to be there together. I know it's not for you, and I'm very, very sorry for your loss. Um, but know that they are that being together is better than being just one of them on the other side. It's hard to imagine. Jake says, "Mom, I love when you look at my pictures and that you have like a place of honor for each of them, and you have their pictures. And um, he says that when you look at my picture, he goes, I feel like you're looking right into my eyes. He can feel when you're thinking of him. He can feel when you're looking at his picture. He feels like you're looking into his eyes, and the feeling, the closeness, and the memories that you hold in your heart. It's almost like you raise your vibration to go into that memory, to go into that emotion, and he can come in and feel this with you. He can be there. His energy is there with you when you do look at their pictures. And he's specifically saying, when you look into my eyes in a picture, and he says that you search for yourself in his picture. You search for the mirror that resonates with you. I'm not sure how to put that, but he's just saying that there's a reflection of you that you're looking at when you look into the picture. He's saying that you were the best mom. He's saying that he enjoyed his time here. He's showing me bunk beds. Did you have bunk beds for the boys? He's showing me that you sort of like left them to be rambunctious and have fun and giggle, and then you would have them settle down. It's almost like you were a cool mom, he says. He's like, you understood um, to let us be boys. He just loved the way you loved him. It was very, you weren't judgmental, you weren't confining. You were, you gave him guardrails to play within, to behave within, and as long as they stayed within those guardrails, then it was okay. He said he enjoyed the freedom, he enjoyed the love that you showed him, and the way that you showed him love without being like overbearing or restricting. So I hope that helps. And Cindy is saying, I do. Their pictures are always near me. And yes, thank you, Cindy. How about you, Mark?
Yeah, well, I agree with you completely. And I completely get that they are connected. It's like a soul agreement, soul connection, and they've been connected for a long time, not just not in this life, but in lives in the past. And they've been, it's, it's not really a twin soul, but it's like agreed upon to incarnate together and to do it repeatedly. Uh, it's like I get this friendship card, but it's blended as one. They're almost like one energy, almost. They're very closely related. So that might be they originated in the beginning from the same area or something, because they come from the same expression. I don't know. It's getting weird, But anyway, they've done it time and time again. I get the feeling that they said like in this time together, they loved each other. They were really close brothers, but they also would fight and argue and stuff like that too. Um, and they'd kind of act out brotherly relationship things sometimes, act out. I feel like Jake, in some ways, was the more, in some ways, seemed like he was the oldest,
Mm.
even though he was the youngest. So in some ways, Jake feels like he was the leader, kind
I
of.
was
Yeah. Oh, you were going to say that? No, that's
I
great.
thought that, and it came out of your mouth.
I know. That's when we're really on the thing, it's because we're getting it all at the same time. Yeah, like leader, even in dying and leading in that. Because didn't he go first? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
They almost left at the same time, but they thought it might be better to have a little time. Oh yeah, he had the also gotcha, and that's what I get. He was sort of the bosser one, even though his brother was older. Um, and now they come to visit you at the house. They know their energy's still there at home with you. They visit, they check in on you. They have tons of love, for one thing, because your soul agreed to bring them in together, you know, um, so they could grow up together again, and which is what they wanted to do. So it was all a big agreement. Um, didn't make it any easier when they left. I know that for sure, and I'm very sorry about that. The one final thing I'm hearing is they're off on another adventure. I don't know how long ago this has been.
I
Did she
think
say?
she said 15 years ago.
Okay, yeah. Um, because I get this card like up in outer space, but you see how there's two? There's one down here and there's one up there. It's like they're off together on their next adventure, I feel like already. They're already either planning on it or they're already into it. But they plan to continue together in a next adventure, wherever that may be. It sounds like it's going to be kind of it's interesting that I drew this card because it's unusual adventure together, like a different, maybe they're going to a different place or something than Earth. Anyway, I don't know about all that. But what I do know is they're connected at the gut, and that's the way they wanted to do things. They wanted to do things together. And like really closely. A lot of us, we come back with people we know, but this is different. It's like bound, like bound by a contract that they made. Yeah. Okay.
It was very powerful because I felt compelled to lay this out first. I felt compelled to reassure you that their souls had arranged this before they came into this lifetime, and that they will continue this after this lifetime. And they love the way that you love them with that guardrails. Like they said that you watched them and made sure they were safe, they were happy, they were fed, but you also let them be boys. There was like a specialness that would happen between them. You would leave them on their own to kind of like fight it out and figure it out, and you allowed them the space to grow and to be boys and to be rambunctious as long as they were in this parameter. And they just love the way that you love them, and they love their mama so much, and they say that they can see you, they can feel you, and they are still watching over you. Even though their adventure is still continuing, there is an aspect of their soul that is always with you,
Yeah.
and they
That's in
just
the
honor
house
you.
there. I think that's why I got that house card. There's a part of them that's always there where you are, that
Oh,
aspect of them. But Gene, too, when you first started, back when we first started, it was almost every word that was coming out of your mouth I was hearing, at the same time about that. So I feel really clear about that.
yeah, yeah, and it's unusual. I mean, typically, if somebody asks me about one of their children who's passed, I don't come in with a soul, what
No.
it's a little bit different, but they
Yep.
wanted me to let you know that.
Yep.
For some reason they what did she say? They shove things off the shelves at Walmart and tell them to be careful not to hit anyone else.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Still rambunctious. Still, but they're safe and they're loving, and it's lovely. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I see that you see yourself in their eyes. Something about that, Cindy. Very nice. Thank you very much for the feedback.
That
It was
helped.
very lovely. And we again are so sorry for your loss.
Did
I've
they leave fairly early, fairly young? I'm wondering. I feel like they weren't here for a really, really long time. They feel
mhm,
sort of more young. I don't know. I'm just curious.
mhm.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, she said 15 years ago. So how old would they be? You want to know how old they were when they passed? Is that
Yeah,
what you
or
mean?
even unless you don't want to tell me, that's fine too. But I'm
Yeah,
just
just
curious about it.
yeah. It would help us understand. Okay, she said Jake was 20. He was the younger
Okay.
one.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think they were very old. Yeah, that would just be crushing. I'm sure it was. And Marcus was 31. Yeah, that's what I was getting. Like, you know, we would think very young to go, especially both of them. It was pretty shocking, but I get that that was sort of the plan from the beginning, that they weren't planning on a super long incarnation, but they got
Wow.
what they needed though. And a lot of that came from you, Cindy.
Yes. Yes. I feel they were just so they said you gave them as much the perfect amount of love, the perfect amount of guidance, the perfect amount of, allow them to do this but hold them back from doing this. They're saying that you had such an openness about you. They just really loved they were just saying what a great mom you are. What a great mom you continue to be. Okay, so let me see what we have. Okay, so Alicia, I see that you're asking about your loved one who passed 20 years ago. Would you just let us know what their question, I mean, what their name is? If it's if it was your boyfriend Bob, if it was your grandmother Mary, just say, the relationship and the name is, and I know on Facebook you guys can't see it. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's moderators that can help them let them know how to ask the question, but we'll see what Alicia says. If you can give us their name, it's her father, and what was his first name? Dave. Thank you, Alicia.
Hey, Dave. Hi, Alicia. Thank you for being here today. Well, he comes right in. I feel like he's right there with you a lot of the time. Hmm.
He seems like a little bit of a larger man, like maybe a 6'1" or something. Seems like he's very broad and uh, just a larger stature. He's showing me that not he was older but not too old. He wasn't in his like late 80s or 90s. He's just showing me maybe in his 70s or early 80s. Um, and he's just showing me that he was a strong man and he had big hands and he was a large man. He's just showing me his essence. Um, he's coming through just little bits and pieces, so I'm trying to verbalize and open up the connection. Dave, what would you like to say to Michelle? Oh, he's very stoic. He's very stoic. He's very like he probably wouldn't do this in his lifetime. He's very Um, he's honorable. He's strong. He's a businessman. He's smart. He's very lovable. He's very loving. He would be somebody who would take care of the neighborhood or the kids in the neighborhood, or he always was there to help, to give a helping hand. It's almost like when he wanted to do something, that time manifested for him. It's like he accomplished a lot of things in his life, and he said that he never wasted a minute. He was very conscientious about his time. He's telling me, and that he got a lot of things done, and he worked on a lot of different things, and because he put that intention out to get these things done, it's almost like he was able to stretch time and to get more things done in the time that he was that he was oh, he was 49. Okay.
Yep.
Well, he's saying that he
He
was.
was a really big man too, she said.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And he was able to get things done in in more time, in shorter time than other people would. It's almost like, oh, okay. Wow. Wow. So he is, she's saying, absolutely massive. Wow.
Yeah. I know she said that right when you were doing it, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
Yep.
Wow. So let me see what message. Now that we know we have the right guy.
You're so good at that, Jean.
What's that?
The visuals of them, of the way they look and stuff.
Their personality. Well,
Yeah.
he's sharing his energy to me.
Uh-huh.
He's sharing, and when I feel this energy, then I see an image. When I feel his energy. Hmm. So let's see what he has to say for you, Alicia. He's just saying that he loves you, loves you, loves you. He's wrapping his arms around you. He's saying that you make him very proud, and he sees that you have a strong stance. He's showing me you standing up and being strong, and it's almost like your back is very strong, your legs are very strong. He's showing me, and it's not necessarily physical. It's almost like an energy about you, that you stand strong, and he's just very proud of you. Um, he's sending you his love. He's just, what is their message for Alicia? He's saying no time has passed. He's saying that he hasn't gone far, and he's been with you since he's passed. And he doesn't, he wants, this is a common theme that they tell me, that just because he's been gone 20 years doesn't mean that there's a distance of 20 years. Doesn't mean each year he gets farther away. He's still right here. He doesn't go anywhere. He's still right here. He stays right here no matter how many years he's passed. He's always available to you, and you just need to, you can call on him, or you can pick up some items of his and think of him. And he does love to come in close to your energy. He's just
Yep.
sending you lots of love. How about you, Mark?
Well, I was hearing him say that exact thing when you were saying it, that about, yeah, I've always been here. I never did leave. And sometimes they go off and do other things, but he's been right there the whole time. And when he first, so it's so interesting you said that exact thing, and he was telling me that. So when he first came through to me, my sense of him like enveloping you, like being almost like sitting behind you, but having his arms around you, and sort of been like that with the family, not just you, because do you have siblings? I feel like maybe, but others. And also, he tends to talk about grandchildren. Do you have children, Alicia? But I think he's actually literally talking about what he would call grandchildren, that he's also watches over them, so his descendants and their descendants. But that's kind of what he's been doing since, is watching over his family. Like some souls go on and do something else, but my sense with him is he's been really focused on his family. Just kind of like what he was saying to Jean there. To you specifically, I think he's saying there's a crossroads happening, or you're about to reach. Well, this says pathways, but time to make a choice. This would be like an opportunity coming for you to look into and to proceed upon. So he's saying that's on the way. He's also saying, well, then I get this one, which says the word opportunity, success, that it's a good thing and for you to follow it, to follow along. Oh, he committed suicide. Yeah, your children. Yeah, he's looking at them too. So there's some opportunity coming and he wants you to follow through and to go with it. He tells you you're very strong, very brave. He wants you to own that. You know, I'm brave enough to see the light. He says you are enough and you'll be able to make this new opportunity benefit you and your family, whatever that is. But I think it's coming. It's on the way, Ryder. So this is kind of coming up for all of us once again with the spring energy. It's this call to action of some sort for everybody, and I think you're being included. He did mention a little bit about his passing to me, and what he said was he allowed, I didn't bring those cards out, I pulled them, but what he was talking to me about was he allowed stress and worry take him out in a way. I don't know. He overthought. I'm hearing over worried, over, yeah, over too much. He was too much or something like that. Kind of did lots of things too much. Yeah, that's all I'm hearing. Too much stress, too much worry. I feel like somehow, had him go to that decision. It wasn't anything about, he loved all you guys and everything like that. It was a personal thing. It was personal. Not feeling enough. That kind of a thing. Yeah. Extreme work. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Extreme overthinker, extreme workaholic. He couldn't stop. He was amazing, but had genius disease.
Too much. Yeah. It was like, I could just feel it going like that, I almost thought maybe he had a heart attack until you mentioned it, because it was like, but in that, when he was saying that, it was like I created my own end because of this energy, but I wasn't thinking literally did it. You know what I mean? Until you said that. Yeah. He's right around you though, Alicia.
And he understands that it was just his limitation with this lifetime. It wasn't, she said he was having anxiety attacks and felt like heart attacks. Yeah.
That's probably why I felt that. But just on the bottom, one last message I wanted to say. Hugging you. And that's the vision he gave me right in the very first second when we first started. And he wanted to go back full circle to that. Don't think about his death and what happened on that. He's still here with his arms around you. Yeah.
And hugging a whole family.
Yeah.
Very loving, very loving,
Yep.
very loving. Beautiful soul, beautiful soul. And he just had flaws in this lifetime. Yeah. Sends you much love. And thank you very much, Alicia, for your question. So we're getting close. We're almost at 55 minutes, Mark. Do you have time for one more?
Yeah. I have to be done by 2. just because I have my
Oh,
4 o'clock and I need to have a bite or something before I do that.
oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll do a couple more if
Okay.
that's okay. You let me know. You let
Yeah.
me know which one is the last one. Okay, very good, you guys. Woo woo. So Elaine says, "Do you have a message from her mother, Marie? Yesterday was the 11th anniversary of her passing." Elaine Waters for Marie. Marie for Elaine. Thank you, Elaine.
She passed on St. Patty's Day.
Marie. In some ways, I feel her being soft and gentle and sweet and kind. And in other ways, I feel her not putting up with anybody's crap, like she's like, This is the line, do not cross it." Like she was able to stand up for herself and she was able to be able to get what she needed to get and negotiate and make sure that, that people treated her right and that she got the right price on things and that people accommodated her and were respectful to her. She commanded respect, but she was very sweet, very loving, and almost like a little giggly and kind. Yet don't cross her or don't tell her that she has to get to the back of the line. She will let you. She will tell you, "No way, I was here." She's very insistent. So just let me know if this is the right type of personality for Marie, if that makes sense. Elaine. Oh, okay. Yeah, she said her birthday was on the 16th.
And then she passed on the 17th. Yeah.
So does that make sense to you? And Mark, you can go ahead and go while
Yeah.
she's working on getting that.
Well, I kind of like what Jean was saying there. This card came out while she was talking. Um,
It doesn't sound like her. Okay, thank you very much. I'll need to go in and pinpoint and pick up her energy a little bit closer then.
yeah.
Thanks for letting me know. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, it does feel like she spent time defending herself, fending off others, like not the easiest time, actually having to kind of be on the defensive side sometimes and to wasn't so easy always standing her ground. I don't think she had the easiest time of it, maybe. Sometimes the world could be overwhelming to her, and that's the same with any of us. She does come forward today, though, with a lot of love. So here's the Ace of Cups. But she's bringing that forward today. I know you were thinking about her yesterday. She also, like right away, she's telling me that she has a particular relationship with St. Patrick's Day. But she was telling me that at the beginning, but that might have been because she was born the day before, and so her birthday was always right around then. But St. Patrick's Day was always a thing with her. And then she actually chose to exit on that day. But she had a relationship with that day in particular, she tells me. I don't know why she wants to. Go ahead if you get something.
Okay, so I'm getting images of cats, and she's also showing me a dress. She's showing me a white dress that's like a sleeveless dress with sort of like a sweetheart dress here. I'm not sure if you have her wedding picture out, and she may have. Actually, they didn't have those types of dresses back then. She was a caregiver for her dad, and I'm caregiving, and she's a caregiver for, oh,
And
same
you're
kind of
doing the same
illness.
thing.
Wow, wow, wow. So she's showing me cats and but let me just um she's a very strong woman. I'm picking up at energy of a very strong woman. Um Tell me something that Elaine will recognize. Could be something that Elaine would recognize for you.
Come here, Alaska.
Not sure if she made a punch or a lemonade. She's showing me a special drink that she used to like to make. It was something that was refreshing. Not sure if she, maybe even like a Crystal Light or something. It was some sort of a drink that she used to mix and was very refreshing. I'm not sure if she made like a homemade punch or like a peach tea or something. She's just showing me a special drink that she used to make. And sometimes, yeah. She was very responsible and always put her needs last. She had a lot of things to do. She had a lot of schedules. She had a lot of like sort of paper that she had to check off and fill out. And um, it seemed like she didn't quite get to enjoy herself in her later years as much as she'd like. But she was very the service that she was able to provide to her husband, similar to the way you do, enabled her soul to grow, enabled her soul to evolve, and it was the service to another human that elevated her soul. She said, it's not always about me. It's not always about what I can do, where I can go, and having fun. She said, but the service that I was able to provide to another soul, another human being, enabled my soul to grow and my soul to elevate. She's saying, but don't feel like you have to follow her footsteps. She's saying that if you to do what is best for you, there are different opportunities and facilities in at this time than there were when she was taking care of her husband. She's saying, make sure you do what's best for you. She said she doesn't want you to burn the candle at both ends.
Yep.
How about you, Mark? Sorry.
Well, she's just confirming that sounds a lot like her, what you were saying this time. Well, now she's talking a lot about what you're doing now. And she's saying a lot like what Jean was saying. But she's saying, don't take it all on yourself as the caregiver. It's okay to delegate some of it or have help. We get the 3 of coins, but bring in a helper. A lot of times that's conferring or communicating with an expert, a helper, in this case, a health care provider, a nurse. You might be doing that already, but she says, don't take it all on yourself. I feel like she did that too much. She don't want you to do exactly like what she did. Because you still have to live even while taking care of someone else. You still need to take care of yourself at the same time. And sometimes that means you need a break or something. That's what I'm hearing. And please do that, she says. I also feel like, I don't know, I get these 2 medical cards. Which feels like maybe something with your husband might progress a little bit more and that you might need to get additional help or assistance, that things might go a little farther and you just need a little outside assistance. So I feel like, okay, he's in another facility. Okay, well, that's good. And that's, I think she's saying that's good. And please don't feel guilty about that. See, so you're doing what she's talking about. Kind of don't do what I did. It's okay to seek out assistance. So in that way, she's letting you know that she thinks that's good, because I don't know, things might be getting a little bit worse off with him. I don't want to predict something like that, but I feel like it's necessary that he's in this facility because he needs, oh shoot, more assistance, more of this stuff. It's got all these like needles and um, stethoscopes, like it needs a lot more medical attention. Okay. So she's concerned about that. She watches over you with that. She's not all that excited that you're going through it, but he is getting worse. Yeah. She wants you to take care of yourself during it, because I don't think she did as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Elaine. Thanks for your question, and thanks to Marie, and thanks for all you do, for sure. It takes a lot out of us. All right, so I see that Sean has a question, and she would like, I'm assuming, is that a female spelling of Sean? I would love to hear from her parents, Jane and Bob.
Hi, Sean. Oh, good, Elaine. I'm glad that helped. Sean's a boy.
Thank you. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Pierrette. Nice to see you guys. Everybody's coming in now.
Yeah. We're getting ready to leave.
That's all right.
I know it's hard for people to catch us. No.
So I'm getting your mom first, Sean. And she's saying that we're together, and she's saying that we are very well taken care of. She said they are in the midst of unconditional love and bright golden white light. And she wants you to know that they are in pristine form, and that they are I just see them sort of almost like in an angelic form. Like she's saying that they're in pristine form. They're no longer suffering. They're no longer old and weary and in pain or whatever might have happened towards the end of their life. And she wants you to know that she is very calm, serene, and surrounded by white unconditional love, white light. And she wants you to know that they are sort of like it sounds, I want to say vital, but they have this vitality. They have this essence about them, that they are strong and that they are well. And I feel as though you're worried about their well being, like if they are okay, or if they're still suffering, or if they can find their way around over there. There's something that you are concerned about what they are doing or how they're doing on the other side. She wants you to know, she keeps showing me herself in a very reverent, sort of essence, sort of expression on her. And she says, I am well, we are well. And she's showing me her husband is right here, and she's moving in this type of manner. And she's showing me herself. She may have passed a little while ago, I think, because she doesn't have a lot of her personality when she was here in this world. And she's more of a light being, or a angelic being, or a energetic being, is what she wants me to say. She's in her energetic sense. She's in her pristine energetic. She's in an energetic body now, and that she is very well. Everything is very well. Everything is as it should be. She said she's with family members as well as your dad, but Jane is coming through, and she just wants to reassure you. She wants to calm you and your concern for them. And she says, please She said the concern should be for you. She said you are the one in this earth, on this world, in this world, dealing with the challenges. She said we are no longer having these challenges, and she said we are the ones who are watching over you. She said make sure you take care of yourself, and as a mother would, she's just telling she she's saying, of course, a typical mother saying, take care of yourself, Sean. Look after yourself. Make sure take focus on yourself in this world while you're on this earth plane. She said, we are watching over you, we are guiding you, and we are very well taken care of.
Yeah. Hmm. Uh, hey, Sean. I don't know. This is weird. This is a weird reading. So if it doesn't resonate, just let me know. First of all, they're around you and they watch you and they're really aware of what you're doing on the earth. Like they're aware of your job, your family, everything. They're pretty aware of what you're doing in the moment. That's what I'm hearing. But this is where the weird thing comes in, and maybe this is way off. Are you having some kind of issue at work, or I feel like it's at work? Um, is there something going on there? Have you noticed something that's? Oh, you're retired. Yeah, so that wouldn't be that. I don't know why they insisted on bringing these cards out. It's like there's a mystery or something, and you sort of know the key, or you can able to figure it out. So I get this whistleblower unsolved, like, but it's calling for you to speak up about it. It's so weird that all these cards, and so that's why I'm going, wait, maybe this isn't about him, because then I get the coward card upside down. But it's like, stand up and say what you need to say to fix this, whatever that is. It also feels like it has a little something to do with money. Did you get an inheritance? Whatever this is, it's dad talking about it. It's not really mom. So,
He did get
yeah,
inheritance.
something about the money. And see, like dad's talking about the money. Well, I'm kind of at a loss now. But the end, the last card, when I said I went to another deck because I'm going, I don't know what you're talking about. It goes success, honor your gifts. So in that, oh, and lent some people some money and they have not paid it back. Now that might be the thing of call them on it, tell them, whistleblow to them that you owe me this money, give it back. And that seems like a dad thing, saying get your money back from those people. I don't know why, but I think they're talking about this because in the very beginning he says, we're watching you right now. And mom was talking about, you're on the earth, you're doing the earthly things, you're the one that we have the most concern about. And so they're watching you in current time and like what you're doing on the earth. So they're behind your move. They want it to be success. They want you to be happy, little happy puppy. You know, in one way, they're passing assist you. And so that would be through the inheritance or helping you relocate and things like that. So I don't know why he was so focused on that. He felt like somebody was cheating you or something, like somebody was trying to pull a fast one and he didn't like it. He kind of wanted you to say, don't, or something like that. That was a funny, interesting one.
Wow.
you know.
He said they have. Wow. Wow, that is interesting that his dad would come through with that message about the money, that he would be concerned about somebody
Like, I
Um,
left the money to you. I want you to have it, kind of, and don't don't stand by and let them just take or something like that.
mhm,
It sounds
mhm,
like what a dad would say to you if he were here.
mhm.
He was
That's
being very dad like to me. Um,
mhm.
I could see mom kind of just letting him have his piece there. Like, well, this is bothering him, so let him talk about it. But just take that for what you will. It was interesting. I think he was wanting to talk to you about letting you know that they're watching you right now and what you're doing. Um, and he's concerned about the money he left you, I think, or the property or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Were you an only child, Sean? You don't have to answer, but I'm just curious.
Aw.
Yep. You're
But I
welcome.
think that because you're concerned about your mom, with the way you phrased that she lost her battle with cancer, it was just her way of exiting, and she wanted you to know that she was in pristine condition. I think that you worried so much about her at the end and watched her go through that difficult time that she wanted you to know that that is no longer the case. There is nothing like that that is where she is right now. So Sean said he has a sister. So
Yep.
yeah. Mhm.
Something about dad. That whole dad male, he gave me the male symbol even. It was like father to son kind of thing. That's why I kept getting, well, are you the only one? Because it was like I'm talking to my boy here kind of a thing. It was interesting.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
for his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
that
good
must have
thing
been
though,
hard.
actually, even though I know it was hard as heck. But that
Mhm.
was helpful for her.
Yeah, but she came through very angelic. She wanted you to know how well
Mhm.
she was. So,
They're still
well, thank
together though, I think. I don't
Mhm.
think they're still on the other side together.
They're different personalities though, and it's funny that your mom came through for me and your dad came through for Mark, and
Mhm.
it's different, but they will choose the medium that they want to, you know, to speak with or to convey a certain message.
I
Uh,
know. It was very interesting. And he was kind of adamant about it. And she was kind of quiet, letting him have his piece. And so I don't know. He's concerned. It's all out of love and concern. Also, it was a little bit of way to almost like have a talk with you as if he were here, kind of a thing. It seems like it's funny, odd. Yeah. Very
Dad was very outspoken. Wow. Wow.
Hi, Herc, Jay.
Hi, Jay. So nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. So, Mark, I have how are we? We're
We
doing
can do
okay.
one more.
Okay. Well, this one, I'm not, Lacey, if you would let us know what your sister's name is. I'm not sure if you feel, I mean, and
First name.
we're not going to talk about like the, um, perpetrator, I guess you would say. But we would love to get a message from your sister, and I think that's where we would be able to go. So if you just give us your sister's name is Kelsey. Oh, I love that name.
Kelsey.
And she passed in 21, I believe.
The energies on the other side too, they're kind of aware of these shows. And so a lot of times they'll kind of gather. And so that's why it helps us if we get the name because we can pick up on somebody else or something that's not even related, you know.
She's
Kelsey.
the first thing she's coming right through. She said, "We're still sisters." She said, "Just because I'm on the other side doesn't mean our relationship has ended. We are still sisters. We were sisters, we are sisters, and we will forever be sisters." She's saying that I have not left you and that we are always connected. She said, she says, don't think of her as in the manner that she passed. She wants you to remember her in the way that she lived, and try to every time you think about, and it is a trauma and a drama, and it is very hard to take that thought and that way of thinking out of our minds. But she wants you to remember her when she was smiling, when she was happy, when you guys were playing together and hanging out together. She's showing me as older teenagers that you two used to like be in the house and you used to make things, like you used to make cookies together, when you were teenagers, maybe mom and dad or the parents or somebody was out of the house, and you two used to make things, concoctions in the in the kitchen together, and used to giggle and get into trouble, and just really fun, let down your hair kind of things. She's just showing me that that the those things, she cherishes those times. She cherishes all of the moments that you were together as sisters, and she wants you to remember these times. She wants you to look back and think of the times where she was laughing, and when she was um, just at in just a joyous state. Um, Let me see what else she has. Kelsey, what else do you have for Lacey? She's showing me that she was a hard worker. She had a good job, and that she was on her way. She had a bright future. And this is also difficult, even makes her passing much more difficult. And I am purposely using the word passing to not to try and to reduce the triggering for you and for others. So I do understand that I'm using a different word. She's showing me that she was smart. She got good grades in school. It's almost like it would not, it's almost like you would never expect something to happen like this to somebody with such a bright future and smart, and had all of her uh, did all of her homework, and had a car, and did her payments, and she was very conscientious, very studious, and just very she had a good work ethic, and had a good head on her shoulders. And she just wants you to think of her as the fun, the laughing, giggling. Kelsey, what else? Oh, she's just showing me. She wants you to know that she is with you when you are in your despair, when you are um, silently by yourself and sobbing that you're missing her and that you're aching for her. She said she is right there with you. And she said that she uh, is sort of spooning you. Like if you're in the fetal position, just crying to yourself at night, she is wrapping herself around you and trying to soothe you and comfort you. And she doesn't want you to hurt. She loves that you love her. She understands that you miss her, and she just wants you to be comforted and to think of the happier times. They often do this. They often want you to try and take this trauma and redirect it. They just want you to try and give yourself a break. Give yourself a break from the thing that's going over and over in your mind. So, Lacey, let us know if that makes any sense to you. Hi, Terry.
Yeah. Hey, Lacey. Number one, the first thing that she's most concerned about from the other side is that you don't live the rest of your life in relation to the way she left. She wants you to release that and let it go. Don't, I know it's just been a year about, or a couple of years, but she doesn't want the rest of your life to have that over it. She goes, you're not, it isn't about you or anything. And she doesn't want that to hold you back. That's a big concern. She says she did get a little outside her comfort zone. She pushed the limits a little bit, I think. But she's saying that her passing was kind of decided beforehand, like it was something that was going to happen, like it was time to go from this place to another. Both of these are leaving this place to a calmer place, to a better place, to a more different, moving from earth to heaven, basically. Um, and I feel like it was an agreement. I don't really know what happened to her, but it feels like it may have been an agreement between two people that was meant to be. But that aside, that was like a thing for her. It doesn't have anything to do with you. She wants you to live on and prosper, live long and prosper. Ten of Pentacles. Have a family, have a life. Her, you guys were sisters, but her life choice has nothing to do with yours. It's very separate. Even though you were sisters, you don't have any. You're not responsible or anything like that for the way she crossed. She just really wants you to become all that you are, wholeness. And she didn't want what happened with her to hold you back in any way. I feel like they already know or something, like who did this. And so that's not kind of, I don't know, you could tell me different, but it feels like that's kind of been settled or whatever. So she just wants you to move on. Okay. She loves you though, and she watches over you. She just does not, that from the bottom of her heart, she wants you to move forward and not let that hold you back. Yeah.
Thank you, Lacey. We know this wasn't easy for you, and it takes a lot to reach out and ask for a message from a loved one that you miss so dearly. With everybody here who has asked their questions, and it's just sort of turned into a mediumship. It seemed like right after another really wanted to talk to their loved ones. You're
Yeah.
welcome. She said, "Thank you so much."
You're welcome, Lacey.
All the best to you, Lacey, and yeah. Yeah, she's there with you. She's there with you. So I just want to say hello to a couple of people. Andrea Galvin is here. Thank you for coming. Miss Mims, thank you for everything that you do. And I see Gypsy JJ, and we said Herc is here. Thanks for coming by. And Lisa Foster and Pierrette. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. And Sean, for asking your question. Everybody who asked questions, everybody who did not get their questions answered, we really appreciate your patience. Please do come back again and visit us. And Mark will be on his channel, Spirit Whisperer, just as you see right there, as you see it posted. Just type that into YouTube and you'll get his channel. He will be on at 4:00 today. And what is your theme?
That's right. It's 4:00 today, Eastern. And then on today's show, we do anything, which includes mediumship. We'll do any questions. My show on Monday, we just work with animals, but on Saturday, it's anything you want to ask.
Wonderful. Wow. So if anybody wants to ask Mark any other questions, please do go over there and subscribe, send him some love. And we just want to thank you. And Mark, if somebody would like a private reading from you.
Yeah. So I'm available for private readings. You just have to contact me at spiritwhisper88@gmail.com. That's my Gmail mail. And then I'll send you the information about what it is and how easy it is, and if you want to still do it.
And that works well for you, Mark. I'm so glad. Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't have to know absolutely you want one by reaching out and asking me for more information. That doesn't mean I think you're going to, I'm just happy to send you the information. I just don't post it for everybody to see. It's just if you're interested in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I am also available for private readings, and the moderators are doing a wonderful job posting our channels there, and we appreciate everybody who does subscribe. And if you're watching us on Facebook, thank you very much for joining us here on Facebook. And please do come on over to YouTube and subscribe. You can get all of the notifications where Mark and I will be on our channels. If you subscribe to our channels, we'll let you know where we will be. And I will also, this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern and 12 Pacific, I will be on with my friend Shane on Unbiased and On the Fence. And and I have that posted in my community tab
Sure.
as well. That link is right there. Oh, you're welcome, Alicia. She's saying thank you so much. You're welcome. And the Crone Zone is here. The Crone Zone's watching us. We love the Crone Zone ladies. And Lisa Foster, Wiki, thank you. And Jackie Jakarta, thank you. Gypsy JJ, everybody saying thank you, thank you, thank you. So
You're welcome, guys.
we appreciate all the love that you share. And we appreciate everybody that's here and everybody that watches later. Thank you, Mark, for all of your time, all of your generosity, and your expertise. I really love reading together with you.
I do too. And I like doing the mediumship, and I do that mostly with you. And so that's fun. I really enjoy it. You know,
Yay!
I do it occasionally, but on this show I get more of it, and I like it. It's great. And because I've
Yeah.
always said you can just ask whatever, because it doesn't really come from me anyway. It's from spirit, so it doesn't matter to me what you ask, because I personally don't know nothing. So, but on here I enjoy it, and it's great to bring messages through for people.
Thank you, Lisa. She's like, you guys are great.
Ah.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful Saturday afternoon, and we will see you